So in this video we are going to do Corfe company question from the Kaplan kit of the F5. So question is first question 262 first, right? Okay. What's the first requirement? Assume the budgeted figures are correct. What would the flex total production cost if the production is 80% of the maximum capacity? So now let's read out the scenario. We got to know we have to calculate the total production cost if the production is 80% of the maximum capacity. So what's the maximum capacity? So we will get to know by reading the scenario. So Corfe company is a business which manufacture computer, laptop batteries, and it has developed a new battery which has a longer usage time than the batteries currently available in the laptops. The selling price of the battery is forecast to be $45. It's told forecast. It means it is estimated one. The maximum production capacity of Corfe is 262,500 units. So we got to know the maximum capacity which is 262,500 units, right? So now we question has told to calculate total production cost of 80% of the maximum capacity. So 80% of maximum capacity is 210,000 units, right? Okay. So moving ahead, the company management accountant is currently preparing an annual flexible budget and has collected the following information so far. So we do have given the different level of production unit like 185,000, 200,000, 225,000, and their relevant cost are also given like material cost, labor cost, and fixed cost. In addition to above cost, management accounting estimate that for each increment of 50,000 units produced, one supervisor will be needed to employed, and supervisor annual salary is 35,000. The production manager does not understand why the flexible budget has been produced, and as they have always used as a fixed budget previously. So basically from reading the scenario we can just find that the different level of activity has given and their relevant cost has cost related to those activity has given. So we basically you can use a high-low method, but for high-low method we have to analyze whether there is semi-variable cost or not. Okay. So now we need a production unit is in our case is 200 2100,000, right? 2100,000, no, it's 210,000, sorry, right? Then material cost first. Okay, so let's check out material cost is direct or in variable or semi variable. If you will divide the total cost by their particular unit, in all case we are getting the same variable cost per unit. It means that it's a variable cost because variable cost will be constant in per unit case, right? So it's a variable and we can calculate. It's 4, I think. Let's check it out. 740,000, 740,123 divided by 185,000. So it's 4, and for each each activity of level given, we got the same variable cost per unit for the material cost. So it's a variable cost. And what will be the variable cost for 210,000 units? It's 84,000, right? Similarly, looking at the labor cost, it's also cost per unit is constant. Cost per unit is constant for the each level of activity given. So which is 5.5, if you divide the total cost by its unit, so 5.5 into 210,000, we will get 1155,000. So now coming to the fixed cost, it will be the fixed, right? It won't change until and unless question told anything. So fixed cost is 7750,123. So total cost will be here is 2745,000. But the question below told that management accountant estimate that for each incremental of 50,000 unit produced, one supervisor will be needed. And how much unit we are producing means estimates, it's 210,000, right? So up to 200,000 unit, we will require a 4 supervisor, right? But 210 is more than the 200,000, it means one more supervisor will required. Okay, so means altogether we need a 5 supervisor. So supervisor cost will be 5 into 35,000. Okay, so now our total cost of production is, adding these two, we will get 292,000. Okay, I hope it's clear to you. Okay, so moving next to the question. What the question is? Okay, what is the estimate maintenance cost if the production of the battery is 80% of the maximum capacity? Again, the question told to calculate the estimate maintenance cost for the 80% of maximum capacity, which is 210,000. The management accountant has said that machine maintenance cost was not included in the flexible budget but need to be taken into account. Okay, the new battery will be manufactured on the machine currently owned by the Corfe, which was previously used for the product which has now been discontinued. The management accountant estimate that for every 100 unit will take a 14 hours to produce, and annual machine hours and maintenance costs for the last 4 years have been follows. So again we do have given a different hours and their respective maintenance costs. So still we have to use a like high-low method, and we have to find whether this is the variable cost or semi-variable. After that we will use the high-low method accordingly. Okay, so first of all, for 100 question told, for every 1,000 units we require how many hours? 14 hours. Okay, so how many unit we are producing? We are producing 210, 1 to 3,000, and for 210,000 unit, how many hours will require? So it will require 2940 hours, right? So it means we need to find out the cost, maintenance cost for the 2940 hours. Okay, so now let's use the high-low method. I don't think the cost is constant, cost per hour will be constant for the maintenance cost. Let's check it out. 850 123 divided by 5,000 is 170 units. 735 123 divided by 440 100. So it's different, so it's obviously it's semi-variable cost. Okay, so using high-low variable cost per unit is, so what is the cost at high level of activity? High level of activity is 5,000, so cost is 850 123. Again, low level of activity is 1800, which, and the cost, respective cost is 450 123. So divide it by machine hours, which is 5,000 minus 1800, and we will get our the variable cost per unit. So now put at a high level of activity, what's our total cost? Total cost is 850 123, right? Okay, and we know that total cost is sum of total variable cost plus fixed cost, right? And we know the what is the variable cost, for the 1 hours it's 125, and total hour is 5,000. So total variable cost will be multiplication of these two and plus fixed cost. So 625,000 plus fixed cost equal to 850,000. So fixed cost will be your this minus 625123. So fixed cost will be 225,000. So now we got the fixed cost and variable cost per unit. So cost at 2940 hours will be total cost equal to variable cost is 125 and our activity level is 2940 plus fixed cost which is 225,000. So overall our cost is 592,500. So question has told to calculate it in the nearest thousand. So if we will convert, it will be in the nearest thousand, it will be 593,000. Okay. Okay, so next question. Okay, so theoretical based on this information, which of the following statement is true? Okay, in the first month of the production, new battery actual sales were 18,000 unit and the sales revenue achieved was 702,000. The budgeted sales unit were 7,300. Based on this information, which of the following statement is true? When the budget is flexed, means when budget is flexed, the sales variance will include both sales volume and sales price variance. First let's read out the option. Okay, when the budget is flexed, the sales variance will only include the sales volume variance, and when the budget is flexed, when sales variance will only include the sales price variance. When budget is flexed, sales variance will include sales mix quantity variance and the sales price variance. So looking at the option, you can see that the first and last option is almost same, because sales volume variance can be sub break down into the sales mix and the sales quantity variance. So A and D option will obviously be not true for in this case. Looking at the B and C, so flex in the flex budget, what we do, for example, in the first number, what we did, we just convert the cost for 210,000 unit. No, let's have a good example. For the flex budget, actual budget is for the 7,300, but in case of we convert the it into the flex budget, we calculate the cost incurred for the actual unit, means actual sales is 80,000. So overall variance, if we'll calculate the sales volume variance, the sales volume variance is between the budgeted and actual one. But in the flex, the unit is same, we use actual unit in the both cases, so volume will be, sales volume variance will be 0. So only the variance will remaining is sales price variance. So when the budget is flex, the sales variance will only include the sales price variance, not the volume will be same, because in the, while flexing the budget, we use the actual units, actual sales unit, and we flex only the cost of whatever has incurred according to the actual sales unit. That's why the volume variance will be 0 and only the variance which will incur is the price variance. 4 number, which is the following statement relating to the preparation of flexible budget for the new battery are true? Again, for the flexible budget, the budget could be time consuming to produce and split out into semi variable cost, may not be the straightforward. So this is obviously true. While flexing the budget, the cost may be semi variable or just a second. Okay, where was I? The budget time consumed to produce and split out into semi-variable cost, which may not be special. Obviously, while splitting out the semi-variable, the fixed cost might be step out or variable cost might be changed, so it will be time consuming. Obvious. Then if the option 1 is correct, looking at the our if the first statement is correct, looking at the option, we can eliminate a D, because there is not a option 1 included in the statement 1 included in the option D, so we can eliminate this option. So looking at this all, so if we will find 4 is correct, then the option C will be answered. So let's look at the option 4, statement 4. The budget will encourage all activity and their value to the organization to be reviewed and assessed. So basically, when we review the budget on the basis of activity, it is a activity based budget, okay, not a flexible. So this is incorrect, so option C is also incorrect. Okay, so the flexible budget will give a manager more opportunity to include budgetary slack than the fixed budget. Actually, in the flexible budget, we simply adjust the numbers, so there will be no chance for the manager to include the budgetary slack. It will be possible in case of a button down approach. So this is also not correct. So 3 has gone, so only option remaining is A, so which is correct. And what is that? The range of output over which assumption about how cost will behave could be difficult to determine. Obviously, fixed cost will be constant for certain range. After that, it will step up. Similarly, for the variable cost, it will constant to certain range. After that, if you will buy more unit, we will get discount, and variable cost per unit will also decrease. So option 2 is correct. Okay. Okay, so 5. Which of the following statement are benefits regarding the use of a spreadsheet for the budgeting? The management accountant intends to use a spreadsheet for the flexible budget in the order to analyze the performance of the new battery. Okay, so user can change input variables and new version of budget can be quickly produced. Obviously, in the spreadsheet, as you see example, we can easily change input, and the new budget can be quickly produced. It will be time saving, right? So error in the formula can be easily be traced, and data can be difficult to corrupt in the spreadsheet. It will be not difficult, it will be easy to corrupt. If we will suppose I have linked this all this to the formula, if I will change a certain number, all the figure will be changed, so it is easy to corrupt, right? So option 2 is not correct. A spreadsheet can take account of qualitative factor to allow the decision to be fully evaluated. No, qualitative factor means non-monetary term, non-monetary, so which is not taken into account, okay, in a spreadsheet. So this is also incorrect. Manager can carry out sensitivity analysis more easily on the budget model which is held in the spreadsheet. So it is also correct. While calculating the sensitivity analysis, it will be more easily done while using the spreadsheet. So option 4 is also correct. Okay, so in next video we will do the next question. That stay tuned with my channel.